Welcome to Profiles in Eccentricity, a show about weirdos. With your hosts, John Fahey, Aaron Peter, and Matt Brousseau.
Hello, folks. Welcome to Profiles in Eccentricity. It's a show about weirdos, doggone it. My name is Johnboy. I'm your host, John Francis Fahey. Joining me as ever, is he Jizzy Jeff? No, he's the Fresh Prince Albert.
Oh, boy.
Aaron Joseph Peter.
Wow.
Dude, that's me, man. I can't go through fucking MRIs or nothing.
No.
Whoa.
Yeah, you're blowing through toll booths with that thing.
Dude, I love I love to. That's technically a toll booth Willie.
That's right. To your right, my left, handsome Matt Brousseau, the Frenchman henchman,
Hello.
Cape God, Gape God.
That's true. Hi.
Fellas.
Hello.
He's ready.
How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
How y'all feel?
I'm all right. Shit, what was I going to say? Probably some lies, man.
Yeah,
Dude,
it sounds
lies
like
are
you.
good. Lies are good.
Lies are good. Lies are tight.
True
lies are tight.
lies.
We're back with the full crew. Dropped a little Patreon last night. We'll be dropping another Patreon this weekend. We have new studio in the works.
We do.
And we have the upcoming Houdini.
Yes, we do have
Matt has a secret profile.
a secret.
Well, that's not really.
I love secrets.
And you want to say what it is?
We're gonna. Well, it's
a secret.
It'll be about. Well, comic book
secret.
ads will be the introduction.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
good.
Nice.
Oh, good.
Sand in the
X-ray
face.
specs, 98
Yeah,
pound
yeah.
weakling,
yeah.
Magna RX, big dick pills.
Yeah, whatever those worms were or whatever.
Oh, sea monkeys.
Sea monkeys. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
They're sperm.
Yeah. That's yeah. I mean, we know our nerd shit.
Yeah. I saw Radio Flyer.
Yeah, you bet. A lot.
A lot.
Family favorite.
Dude, great movie.
Like one of the few things I remember my entire family watching together several times. Yeah. Excellent movie. Named our dog after Shane.
Is that right?
What'd you name your dog?
Shane.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Golden Retriever. Not a Golden Retriever. German Shepherd. Great film.
Down
He has no
on the
idea.
bayou. Remember that song in it?
Oh yeah.
As he beating the fucking
Don't they
thing.
never show the dad's face?
No, just like they see his eyes in the rearview mirror and he's drinking the beers.
I think I might have been a famous actor though.
Yeah, probably like Robert Patrick or something.
Josh Brolin coming in beating the shit out of kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So dickheads.
I am inevitable.
Okay, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
Here to tell you a little story today
Oh, well, okay, yeah, that's why we're here.
Story?
about a man named Jed.
Ugh.
No, it's not.
We're
We're going to be talking about Bolton Colton.
I'm sorry, what?
Bolton Colton,
Is he ran away a lot?
Gay porn star?
a.k.a. the Cockroach,
Huh.
a.k.a. Klepto Colt, a.k.a. Teen Houdini,
Oh, God, barely.
a.k.a. Colton Harris Moore, the Barefoot Bandit.
Barefoot Bandit.
Oh, yeah.
You remember
okay.
this groovy character?
Yeah.
This is another case of we're profiling a guy younger than everybody in this room.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You remember this guy?
The Barefoot Bandit. From what?
Camino Island in Puget Sound. Escaped from a boys' home on the run for 2.5 years.
Oh, man.
Border police, Homeland Security,
Yeah.
the FBI. Nobody could get him.
Even
6'5",
kindergarten
200
cop.
pounds. In the woods.
He's the Yeti.
Fucking, yeah. Then he was born he grew up in Camino Island, which is like, that dense northwest forestry.
Oh, yeah. We've had some good profiles from that.
Yeah.
That sort of shit.
And, he lived on this property where it said, if you pass this sign, you will be shot.
Yeah.
Just
Did it say it on both sides or just
yeah.
one side?
just if you come
If
back.
you're around this sign, watch out.
Yeah. Because we know who can come past this sign, and we recognize them before we shoot them.
Yes. Sometimes we fucking even shoot them.
Is that the boys' home?
No. This is his like little trailer park.
Oh. That was
It was this boy's home.
Yeah. But that was like, it was like their quote unquote neighborhood. It wasn't like a
Yeah.
penitentiary sort of situation.
Yeah, and
Okay.
Sovereign citizens.
yeah.
He grew up with his dad was, I think, maybe like a cokehead, alcoholic, bounced when he was 2 or 3, and then he would like periodically show back up, and he was another drinker too. Neighbor said one time when he was like 10 years old, he was like picked up by a neighbor hitchhiking, and he was like, my dad's a real jerk. And like he didn't even know this guy that well, and he's just like, man. So he starts going off into the woods that surround this area at a very young age, and becomes like an incredibly skilled outdoorsman. And he wouldn't come back for days. He'd be gone for days in the woods, and it was just
Jacking
because
off.
being at home was just terrible.
Yeah, I mean, all the goose and logs out are in
Yeah,
the woods.
all that porn.
Yeah.
Is he like Johnny Appleseed of woods porn?
Yeah. He's fucking seed in the apples.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
His daddy was not a smart man.
Yeah. I think the last time he saw his dad, he was maybe 12. But he starts exhibiting like behavior around the age of like 7, and I think he's first arrested for theft when he's 12. And then he's kind of like bouncing back and forth with sort of like and then he gets sentenced finally for like 3 more robberies to like 3 years, and he's in this fucking kids penitentiary basically, and
all the handcuffs are plastic.
Kids with a Z.
Yeah.
and this one kid they interviewed was like he's like, you talk to him, he's like, he was into psychology, criminology, he was very smart, very intelligent, and he wanted to be a career criminal. He was like, that was just clearly his plan.
Cool.
Always drawing planes.
Drawing planes.
Yes.
Interesting.
Always like obsessed with any books on planes, blah, blah, blah.
I had that phase.
And
I mean, that's pretty cool.
And so he's he develops some crazy skills. He knows these woods,
Yeah.
right, deeply.
Mm-hmm.
And so then they move into like, I think after 2 years they move into like a lower security facility, and he's fucking gone like day 1.
I'm out.
And the cops in Camino Island are like, fuck, I know where he's going, because
It's an island.
it's this feral kid out in the woods where, he's like...
Kid Rambo, man.
Yeah.
And he's like only a mile from his mom's house. And at first, when he's doing these thefts in the area, the locals are kind of like, well, they like, by word of mouth, they know his mom says shit to him I've never heard a mother say to a child. And we know he's a feral kid. He's never been socialized. The people down in that little fucking trailer park are rough,
And they're saying he's rough.
Yeah.
and they're saying they're saying poor kid more, because his fridge never has anything in it, and your fridge does.
Yeah.
So it starts there, and then it's like, okay, well, they have a sleeping bag. I sleep in the woods all the time.
Yeah. So
So then you're grabbing stuff, right? And then it becomes this thing where it's not survival anymore, and it's kind of like, you start kind of getting back in society, right?
Well, he's like, stealing TVs.
No, he would
Okay.
he would steal laptops, and again,
Okay. Yeah.
this is not an educated kid,
Right.
and he's learning computers, and he's learning computer fraud.
Nice.
He's
troubleshooting.
he would steal like your laptop and your credit card out of your house, go back to the fucking woods or a friend's house,
Set up a Wi-Fi like ET.
Yeah.
order fucking like $6,500 night vision goggles. So
Wow. Smart.
okay, and then it gets delivered to your house. He breaks back into your house and steals. And he would do this all over. He would steal your fucking credit card, order shit to your house.
You think you got a new pair of fucking night vision
And
goggles.
you're like,
man.
and so
This is totally worth losing my laptop over.
Shit.
Wait, I'm a genius. When did I do this?
Drunk Amazon again.
Probably left the laptop under the couch cushions or
If I
something.
had my night vision goggles, I could find it.
and it's interesting when he was locked up. He would say like his mom was like a sheriff. His mom was meanwhile spending like food stamps on beer. You know what I mean? And he would say his dad was an Air Force pilot. So he kind of had this like disassociative thing with home life, and so yeah, it was kind of like it seems like the inspiration was get out of a horrible home and then just survive. And surviving then just became the thing.
Yeah.
And then it mixes with adrenaline. Because now you know the cops are after you. And so they're doing things like, these huge manhunts in the woods. And they cannot get a 6'5" teenager that weighs 200 pounds. Like, I mean, come on.
But those woods are so, like...
I know. But, and also...
It's the woods, man.
Yeah.
But then now that he's back, he's got this vendetta against the cops too, right? And they would do these wood sweeps, and they came across one of his tents one time. And it's got like...
Maxim magazine on the walls and shit.
No, it's 101 aircraft, right? And he's got a dog. And he must have just bolted because the dog's still there. Mm-hmm. And the cops take the dog. And the mom calls about the dog. And the mom also, by the way, in her trailer, like, he would be doing this shit. The cops are looking for him. The cops would show up and be like, have you seen Colton? And she goes, yeah, he was just here. And they'd be fucking freaking out. So angry. And they'd be like, well, it's like harboring a fugitive. And she goes, he's my kid. He's hungry.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm making him breakfast. I don't care what the fucking charges, man. And they're dying to get this kid.
Yeah.
It's really embarrassing. Really embarrassing. You can almost see his mom's house from where he is in the woods.
Right.
Well, especially with night fishing goggles.
It's not a good look for law enforcement, man.
Add it to the list.
And the cops, yeah. The cops, they take the dog, and the mom was like, Colton breaks in and takes his dog back.
From where?
From
the station?
Like the impounded, There was a bunch of other dogs.
He's in
like a chain link fence, and
the dog's in the evidence locker.
And he gets his fucking dog back, man. I was like, holy shit.
Bring him back a Coke.
Yeah. You think they'd have someone there going like, well, you're probably gonna want the dog back. Add it to the list.
He
I can't believe they didn't shoot the dog.
Yeah.
The minute he escapes from the home, he steals a car, he blasts by the cops on the road, and they finally catch up to him. The car runs out of gas or whatever, and he just books it into the woods, giving them the finger, man.
See ya.
I'm going home.
Well, looks like we lost him. I'm not going in there.
Yeah.
Woods.
I already got overtime from the chase. I don't need any more.
That's the Park Service. That's not our jurisdiction.
Exactly.
2 weeks after he's out, it's 9 burglaries. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
It's
He's not living off the land. He's living off you.
And a lot of times he'd be staying with friends too.
Yeah, sure.
He had a friend named that was kind of a mentor to him, named Harley Davidson Ironwing.
Were his people tired?
No. He's like,
oh my God.
As wide as they come.
Yeah.
Harley Davidson Ironwing.
Ironwing.
Huh, from the Iron Wings.
It's like a fucking superhero, man. And Ironwing is the real last name.
Yeah.
He was already named Harley. I think.
Dude, this is a KKK superhero.
Yeah.
He was, but he was very much like, we would rob together. I would look for cash. He would look for laptops and credit cards. So the stuff you'd be getting is outdoor gear, GPSs, computer hacking software, bear mace.
Yeah, dude, bear mace, chat GPT,
and porn.
You gotta get porn.
Yeah.
You're in the woods, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, if you don't got porn, I don't want to know you.
If you like, are you a survivalist if you don't have porn?
Yeah, and it's nice to know he's not out there fucking the squirrels or
logs.
Or seed in the apples.
Don't make it, take it.
And so, so he's out there. Cops are looking for him all the time.
He's got his night vision goggles, like fucking Buffalo Bill.
He's looking at porn with the night vision goggles.
Oh yeah. That's the way to do it. I put that filter on all my porn. It's more voyeuristic.
Yeah, exactly. I'm an Navy SEAL.
Why is my mom inside the dryer?
So there's a thing where he stakes out a hangar, and he fucking jacks a plane.
Nice.
He jacks a plane, and they would find like the simulators on like the computers he'd stolen.
Nice, dude. Flight simulators.
Yeah. Dude, and he crashes it, and then he's on Orcas Island, like orcas, and And then they thought it was drug fucking
Drug runners.
yeah. And so that one they didn't even understand.
These drug runners left cum loads and porn everywhere.
Hey, Bill, isn't this the porno from your house?
Hey, this is like your wife.
Wait a minute. How did you get naked pictures of your wife?
Oh, before this,
Sorry, it's just a killer whale.
The whales.
before this, they had a thing where they were him and Iron Wing. They would go into and they had it's all these vacation homes, and they would leave all their shit.
Yeah.
And they like having a computer there, and like they would steal this Mercedes from the same garage every night, take it back and wash it, fill the tank.
Wow.
And they're like, so yeah, your car's getting stolen, but your tank's full, it's washed.
Yeah, it's detailed.
They're starting it up, so you know.
Yeah, you don't have to charge the battery.
It's stuff like this that has the public being like,
He's Airbnb-ing the county.
Yeah. It's Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
and it's like it's this thing where it's like it's kind of a societal tax
Yeah.
for letting a kid be raised wrong.
Right.
And I'm all about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it could go much worse.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
And he's robbing vacation homes.
They leave tribute. You know,
that, yeah.
they're leaving out like cookies for Santa.
Yeah.
And so one time they go back to this house. He picks up Iron Wing, and he's in
Get in, Robin.
Iron Wing says he's in a stolen beater truck, and he's like, I got this place I'm staying at, and
Yeah.
and he's like, we go back, and he said that the lights were off, and they go back, the lights are on, and Iron Wing is like, okay, well that's that, and he goes, no, I'll check it, and so he goes in. And he's like sweeping the house. Iron Wing smokes an entire pack of cigarettes while he's waiting for him.
In one go, he just
Outside.
all in.
And this 6'5" kid sneaking around. There's cops hiding inside. And or I think they're around back. And I think he found a gun that one of the cops had left in the house.
Oh, just left.
Yeah, and so then,
cops.
and then
Oh God, this thing's driving in my
He's
hip.
got it like in his pants, and he shows Iron Wing when Iron Wing comes in. The cops burst in, and he said he had like a glass of OJ in his hand, and Iron Wing watches him drop it, like, and he's like it was like moving in slow motion, and he goes, and then he just runs in front of me, and they both just ran, and they just run, and they get away, like. What the fuck is going on?
These
guys are fucking making a mockery of law enforcement, and it's real fun.
Yeah.
The one time the cops don't shoot people. Huh?
Yeah.
What a coincidence.
Well, the thing is, too, is that there's got to be a part of them that's more afraid of him.
Yeah.
Because they know it's like this.
He doesn't wear shoes.
Yeah.
It's a feral kid. Yeah, actually, that was the thing, too.
I don't know if they're more
most of the
afraid.
time, he actually was...
He had shoes on.
Yeah, but the shoeless Joe Jackson.
Yeah,
we got to
yeah.
keep that
Yeah,
part of
yeah.
the mythos going.
So, yeah, he steals plane number 2, okay? And now they kind of know, right? They realize because the robberies in Orcas Island, which, again, touristy, restaurants, you got a bank, you know what I mean? You have all these homes. The robberies just explode in the area. And they're like, this is definitely him. And now they find this plane and they realize a child flew this plane.
Because they had phone books on the seat and shit.
Had a bunch of porn in it.
He's so big, he's probably sitting out the he's probably head in the sky.
Yeah.
But so now the story goes national. Where they're like, there's a skyjacking fucking kid who's
Skyjack.
Yeah, he just got pornos. And he's they find things where like he got like where he comes in, where he jimmies the door, he's got his little headlamps and stuff, and he'll dump like the entire surveillance system in a place. Like they'll find it in the water, or they'll find like 8 out of 14 cameras disabled,
right,
or just turned to face the wall. And he comes up with the headlamp so you don't see his face as he approaches the camera.
Very smart.
Dude, it's fucking genius.
Yeah.
And the thing is, too...
Airbnb, huh?
You said it, neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
He's got it on a loop like Speed.
Yeah. I love this wall.
He stole ammo, a rifle, and a laptop from a cop car, right?
Oh my God.
Just add to the list.
He broke into a fire station and stole the fucking infrared so he can see when somebody's in a house before he robs it.
That's smart.
Dude, that fucking is
that's
amazing, bro.
He's building an Iron Man suit. Him an Iron Wing.
So yeah, he's on this huge thing in Orcas Island, and so then he kind of gets out of there. He heads up to Canada, right, which is not far.
Does he fly?
I
gotta look at this Orcas Island.
I think he's stealing boats now too.
Yes. Okay, that makes sense.
And
it's a natural evolution of theft.
and he begins getting known as the Barefoot Bandit because of footprints found at the scene. And at this time, he starts drawing feet on the floor in chalk, and so he would draw like feet from like the coolers where he stole some Gatorade to the door, and then write "See ya," and
That's his calling card.
yeah, well, yeah, and he sends it Colton Harris Moore, aka the Barefoot Bandit, when he leaves a note. Like
He's lighting the feet in flames like the crow.
yeah. And so yeah, he goes up to Canada. These hitchhikers, or he's hitchhiking. These guys pick him up. They get him high. They're in like a folk band, and
of course,
they set him up like in the van outside their house, and he crashes there for a while. They give him like $10. He fucks off, and then the news like 2 days later, they're like, "Holy shit, it's the fucking!" And these guys are, you know, they're of course in a folk band. Everybody's in a folk band. Everybody. It's really bad.
It's either that or meth, dude.
Yeah, meth band. Yeah. Well, for reference, I wanted to. I looked up the Orca Islands here, so I don't know if you want to. So there's like they're in that the.
Oh, it's like an archipelago. There's a hop skip. You can island hop.
Yeah, they're basically halfway between Vancouver and Seattle.
Yeah, it's all very close.
Yeah.
And they said the only like alarm bells that got raised was when he talked about how easy it was getting over the border. But he doesn't rip them off or anything, you know. And he's comes back. And his friend is like, oh yeah, he wanted to get grappling hooks and bust into malls and steal some planes, and he's like, man, I don't want to get in a plane with you, man, you know.
Yeah.
That's fair. He's an Iron Wing, he knows.
Yeah.
And so he crashes another plane in the mountains of Granite Falls, and but he's intentionally putting it in places where you won't find a plane because he's hoping that you don't follow his trail.
Right.
Yeah.
So this guy is saying like, oh yeah, no, like at first I was thinking like, oh this is, and he's like, no, this was a deliberate landing in what he thought was the safest non-runway place you could land.
Yeah, that's out of the way. Yeah.
Now it's a national story. Homeland Security shows up, the border fucking police, everybody, and the guy who found the plane is going like, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, it's been 2 days. He's gone.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, and now you see the public viewing the law enforcement response as absurd.
Yeah.
But just also over the top.
Right.
Like nothing really happened.
Yeah,
it's just the embarrassment that's making you further overreact.
Yes, which is even furthering the embarrassment.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it becomes this whole thing
standing up
where there's so much about these things where, we've seen this in many other profiles too, where the penalty is bruised ego.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Or you're paying for the bruised ego.
Oh yeah, we pay for that shit.
So yeah, he's he goes into some house. This couple's like, we find something weird with the door. We call the cops. Our passports are gone.
Fridge is full. He refilled the ice trays.
Yeah.
No, there was stuff out of the fridge. Good call.
Porn's gone, but
But, the letters to the editor are still in the magazine. He left the articles.
Yeah, he left the article.
Which are the best part.
Took my plane keys.
Put the toilet seat down.
And at this point too, like in the Northwest, like there's rumors about like he's becoming like a tall tale, like a campfire story,
6'5".
He just would watch the airports, and that's like a thing. And one time his mom said he was over and something flew overhead, and he's like, I can tell you exactly what plane that is. He was just obsessed, and I'm it seems very Radio Flyer, doesn't it? Because it's like anything to get out of here, anything to get out of here, right? Anything to live like other people live, Yeah.
Plus night vision.
Yeah. I mean,
stealing the infrared from the fucking
that's great.
department is.
Yeah, dude. I forgot to tell you
he's going around like Predator.
Yeah. When he stole the first plane, I forgot to tell you, at first he's just going over all the lakes and everything, and it's just beautiful. And then it goes like into a fucking, it just like the engine conks out. He goes into a fucking tailspin, and he's going down. He barfs all over the windshield. He's heading straight to death, and just at the last minute kicks in, pulls up, skids, and that's how he landed the first one.
Oh my God.
He had never been on a plane before. He flew one.
Jesus Christ.
Bless you, Angel. Bless you, my handsome man.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Yeah. Thank you.
The cops come out after this couple with their passports stolen, and this time they sneak up on him, I guess, pretty good, and he fires. He has a gun, and now they're going like, okay, well, their stakes are kind of raised now, right? And so it's a thing where people are like now kind of up in arms. There's a bunch of people that are like fly Colton fly instead of run, you know. And it's also exploding. Or like this is the age of the internet. This is 2010, and so like kids are seeing a kid their age being this badass, and like people are writing like he's such a folk hero that people are writing myriad folk songs about him and putting them on YouTube and stuff.
He was in our van.
yeah. And you know, like the story gets out. Like the news anchors, once they realize he's flying a plane, they're like, "What the fuck?" Like in the reports, they're going, "How does he know how to do it?"
Yeah,
like they're fucking bamboozled. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Ask somebody. Flight simulator.
He read the instructions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He stole the instructions. He read them. Brought him back. Stole a plane.
Huh.
The cops go after. He shoots. There's now they find his little picnic area, and he's got 20 grand in cash, like in a little zip up bag. They have like one of those fucking what they look for the Boston bomber with helicopters in the woods. They can't find him. They can't find this kid.
If only they had infrared goggles.
And he's gigantic. You know what I mean? So. Now it's cool. And now the whole thing is like they're putting his face on the cover of The Fugitive, on Catch Me If You Can. They're making.
Oh, you mean they're making memes of like those posters?
And there's like they're selling T-shirts that said that it's just his face with a selfie he took on a sleeping bag in the woods. That's like the main. It's the main photo of Colton Harris Moore, and it's a selfie. You know what I mean? And he's just. Fucking he
just zonked out from all the porn.
He's all nutted out.
Well, he's also
right in the bag too.
Like I think. Well, we'll get to that later. But so that picture, like they're putting it on T-shirts and they're selling it, and it says "Barefoot Bandit" and it says over it "Mama tried."
Mama tried.
Yeah, Mama didn't try.
No.
Yeah, that's not how it goes. You know what I mean? But it sounds great.
Yeah.
And so. There's the YouTube songs, thousands of Facebook friends, right? There's like things pop up where it says Harris Moore Flight Service, we land anywhere. One cop says
no shirt, no shoes, no runway.
No passport?
Yeah.
Why did he steal a passport? Like, what the fuck are you doing with that?
That's probably the only thing he didn't have.
Yeah. One cop said he was chasing him through the woods, and he goes, he didn't literally. He's like, he vaporized. And he goes, and then once he got far enough away.
You rematerialized.
Whoa.
That he knew I wouldn't find him. He goes, I just heard laughing from the woods.
That's creepy.
Yeah. And like he would, I mean, if you saw the cops, it would be like finger every time. Like, fuck you.
Yeah. Fuck you, dude.
Fuck you, here I go. Come and get me.
Yeah.
And Iron
Here
Wing,
I go again. I'm in the woods again.
Iron Wing is like, yeah, man. He's like, there's just no drug like adrenaline. And he's like, and he wanted it. And he wanted it. And he wanted it. And, you know, he's stealing laptops, so he's Googling himself every day. And he's seeing the thing as it's growing, you know? And like, you know, it's and then it's this thing where now people are going like, okay, well now he's in my neighborhood, and it invokes
leave out your old laptop. Maybe he'll take that.
One anchor's going, oh, I'm sure people won't think it's very funny when he's alone in prison, you know, and it's like, fuck you, lady, you know, the fuck do you care? And some residents are going to these town hall meetings and they're going like, we want them captured. Some of us want them dead. And then they have like mercenaries like volunteering to go get them.
Oh, local militia?
Yeah, and local residents and stuff. So it's this thing where it brings to mind Division. Our very presence invites challenge.
Yes.
Right? Escalation.
Yes.
Right? And
should have had the Bigfoot hunters go get him.
And so Colton responds to all that shit with a resounding "Bring it on, baby."
Come and find me.
Yeah. And so
He's stealing hearts too. It's amazing.
I think he was on the run one time, and his mom's getting interviewed all the time because you know where to find her, right?
Yeah.
She's the easy one to find. Yeah,
it's at the house where you get shot.
It's the house that smells like light bulbs burning.
That must be an electrician.
And she's like, they were like, if you could give Colton anything for Christmas, what would you give him? And she goes, a bulletproof vest.
Wow, good answer.
Good gift.
And
you could steal that.
One resident said something along the lines of, it seemed like now it was turning from the Robin Hood phase to the John Dillinger phase.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a shot's been fired, and people want to kill him.
Yeah.
Right. You know, and so it's not this.
It's a bit of a bounty now.
Yeah.
And like that's and you know so much of the problem is because of his mom, and he's seeing this on the run. He's seeing his mom talking about him while he's on the run. And they were like, well, what do you think about him stealing the plane? And she goes, if he did, I'm proud. And they go, why? And he goes, because he taught himself. He taught his self.
Yes,
he taught himself.
And so,
contrary to popular opinion, I didn't try.
Yeah. I didn't have anything to do
I had
with it.
nothing to do. I didn't try.
For a while, he steals, or he hangs out in an airplane hangar, like in a little up like
Loft.
a little loft area,
Like a
and
bat.
Which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
find all this stuff. And he's like, yeah, he was probably almost definitely going to steal one of these planes. But instead, he ended up stealing, I think, the guy's wife's truck or whatever.
The guy's wife.
Yeah. She's like, you're more man than my husband.
And they realize he's going to some house and he's using the phone, and they have an FBI SWAT team come. FBI SWAT team.
How do they? I mean, did he make the wrong call?
I think it was just a thing where somebody.
Or they looked at their phone records or something.
Or they noticed, some window or something had been opened, and they were like, better to say nothing and hope, because he comes back to the same places if he can.
Right.
Yeah,
you know?
he's just calling like 1-800 porn numbers.
Yeah, or he's probably calling friends or whatever. Maybe his mom. And so the FBI SWAT team comes. He fucking runs into the woods. They have this massive fucking manhunt. Okay, everybody's got rifles and flashlights.
Every dog in town.
He runs through this one couple's yard next to their chicken coop, and they find the footprints. And the sheriff goes, "You should make casts of those and put them on eBay."
The sheriff.
Yeah.
Always looking out for the local citizens.
And so he comes really close to getting caught that time. And
He is Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the lady who put them up,
I saw him.
the lady who put them on eBay got death threats and shit.
Oh my god.
What?
A lot of people are like, they just get real fucking hillbilly about it. And
He's stealing property.
Yeah, and so there's it's that two side of
Hasn't killed anybody.
of hillbilly nature. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I want a fucking reason to show like that I'm angry, and the other people are like, hell yeah, get him, cuz.
Yeah.
So. But the thing is that like if it's like Pat Garrett, if you're the guy that gets Billy the Kid, then your name lives on forever,
Who?
Do you not know Pat Garrett?
Well, now I do.
You saw Young Guns and Young Guns 2.
And Young Guns too.
So I think he kind of realizes he almost got caught, and he's kind of like,
I saw Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
yeah, and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. Remember I saying you that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right next to Hyena Gallery.
Mr. the Kid.
So he lies low, and there's rumors that he's dead. And they're like, yeah, I mean, he could drown, he could crash a plane, like, he fucking could have just died in the woods.
Could have wore his night vision goggles in the daytime.
Yeah.
Oh.
Boy. And so his mom tells the media, tell him to get a hold of me. Like, tell him to reach out so I know he's okay. And so,
I don't have a drop.
So he steals a boat, and on the dock he just spray paints a Bigfoot.
Dude, I love calling cards.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Batman shit.
Yeah.
You know? So then he does this thing where he...
You wear the shoes to protect the
Yeah, what would Alfred say about that?
Master Cup.
While before...
You can still have the infrared goggles, the night vision goggles, the Master Cards, Diners Clubs, all you want. It's not going to bite your happiness.
It's not going to bring you your mother's love.
Everyone knows your mother tried. And I promised that.
I found you.
Who ordered this laser projector?
Mr. Fox made those. So there's a thing too where
Lucius. Sorry, that's just like my favorite part of Batman Begins is when
he goes Lucius.
Yeah, it's just when Morgan Freeman gives Bruce
Mr. Wayne.
Yeah, he's like, isolated the protein receptor compounds that should inoculate you for now, and try not to get into any more these parties anymore. And he leaves. He says, I'll be leaving. And then Michael Caine just goes, Lucius, as a goodbye.
Yeah.
Lucius. Sorry, it's just a little.
It's good. It's nice.
This little thing I like.
I like that. I'm gonna keep an eye out for that next time.
You're out late night looking for kicks. People are passing around with nice hallucinogens.
Lucius, a couple of fellas over. One of the things he does is he while he's like really famous on this Orcas Island thing, before he bails, before he almost gets caught, he's driving a stolen car, drives by the vet's office.
Veterinarian?
Yes, veterinarian, and leaves a note on the door that says, "Was in the area." He goes, "Here's some money for the animals." Leaves $100 and a note signed Colton Harris Moore, AKA the Barefoot Bandit.
Nice.
Yeah, his only friend has been a dog.
Yeah, take care of him.
So he takes off. He goes through Wyoming, Idaho, Washington, Oregon, Illinois, Iowa,
Jesus,
South Dakota, Nebraska.
It's a lot of square mileage.
And I think it's 12 stolen cars until they run out of gas. Right?
Steal a plane, didn't know how to work the fucking pump.
Well, he probably doesn't want to have his face on.
And everybody's watching. They know where he is because they just look and they're like, "Was there a spike of robberies in your area?"
Fuck.
Cool.
And it's and now he's fucking. I mean, he's really going after it. You know what I mean? He's really getting after it.
Yeah,
really
tying one on.
Yeah.
Kicking into high gear.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
turning up the burglaries to 11, dude.
Mm-hmm. Not listening to that mainstream media narrative.
In a size 12 and a half.
And so I think he steals a Cessna in Indiana, and he flies it to Abaco Island in the Bahamas.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And this guy is watching him circle around like in the water, and he's like, he did a great landing. He's like, he landed in a way in the water where like the plane is still usable. Some of the planes are still in use that he stole.
What?
So now the news knows
JetBlue.
that he's there, right?
In the Bahamas.
In the Bahamas.
It's fucking nice.
$10,000 reward for Colton Harris Moore at this point.
That's it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I bet you was so pissed off.
Yeah. He's stolen more than $10,000 worth of stuff.
Yeah.
Steals a car, breaks into a gas station, steals. There were some things where like people were going like, I don't know how he carried all this shit he stole from like our store. He's like, he took a whole rack of vitamin water. And, like,
yeah, he's like a video game character.
Yeah,
How do you have all this shit in your satchel?
Yeah. So he steals a boat. The world knows he's 3,000 miles from home, still at large in the Bahamas now, in a tropical paradise.
You don't even need to wear shoes there.
No.
Yeah.
Everybody's barefoot. It's crazy.
And
This place is full of barefoot bandits.
We'll never find him.
Fuck.
And I think he finds like some British lady's little internet cafe, right? Mm-hmm. And he's like, I saw your son. He's like, do you mind if I use the internet? He's like, I just want to call my mom. He's like, I haven't talked to her like in a month. And he goes, but I don't have any money. And she goes, I don't care. She's like, come on in. And then she's like, do you want a sandwich? And he goes, I don't have any money. And she goes, do you want a sandwich? And so he has and he talks to his mom, whatever, and he leaves and he thanks her. And this woman was like, yeah, I found out it was him later. And she goes, I 100% did not want him to get caught.
Yeah.
You know?
We failed him.
Yeah.
We failed you. Yeah, man. It could have gone a lot worse. I mean, stories, I don't know how the story ends, but it could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
The way the system fails people.
Imagine he's having a better life than his father.
I guess.
Or more interesting, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's
travel the world.
Yeah.
So he's he rolls up to some dudes in a stolen boat, and he's like, I'm Colton Harris Moore. I want to get chased. I'm bored.
Yeah, so he really does want the adrenaline.
And the guy goes, I'm like, who's Colton Harris Moore? He goes, I know who Colton Harris Moore is, but I want the $10,000. He's like, I'm hoping he comes on land, and like, I'm like, I can't hear you.
What'd you say?
Yeah, and
is anybody there?
So this begins like this fucking escapade where they kind of like, it's like, was he lonely? Especially now,
Probably.
He's so far from home. He's gonna stand out way more. He's a white person.
Yeah.
And this is unfamiliar terrain too. There's no woods.
There's no woods,
right?
Palm trees, coconuts.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's
it's a real test.
Yeah. So I think this is now he goes to he takes the boat to Eleuthera Island, and some guy with like he's like 10 grand, bro. He's like it's like 12 of my buddies in a boat. And we go after him, and he goes, and he's like, I've been riding these fucking speedboats my whole life. He goes, he busted moves on me that like fucking like
he's out of Miami Vice.
He took me out of the fucking game. He's like, for him to do that to me, he's like, he's got fucking skills.
Yeah.
And he's like, when we rolled up on him, he's like smiling. He's like, here we go. Like here's like,
ready?
come on. And
where'd you learn how to do that? 7-Eleven.
So he loses them.
Boat simulator.
The security guy on Harbor Island sees him coming towards this dock, and he's like, I've watched them all. He's like, I've heard them screaming out in the water, and he's like, he rolls in, and he gets on deck, and you see him on the security cameras, fucking booking it barefoot, and the guy's like, he runs past the guy's like, they're trying to kill me, and he goes, who is? And he just runs past him, and then he's like, he's like, I know what's going on now. He's like, I start chasing him, and he's like, we basically, got him cornered somewhere. I told the one of the detectives from the Bahamian police force. And that guy goes, oh shit, it's on. He goes, I called in every officer on duty or not. He goes, it's fucking...
All 7 dudes showed up.
Yeah.
And
none of them had pants on.
And so, and they're like, he's somewhere in here, and that they just, they're looking, and Colton slips back into the water, goes back to the same dock that he came in on. And all these guys, there's a bunch of fucking American white guys there, and they're like, oh yeah, well, fucking shit's over. He's not gonna come back here. And then they see like just a boat without its lights on, just fucking starting to boogie out. And the cops, are like, they're too far away, so we get in our boat and we chase after him. And finally he hits a sandbar, and then we're like, dude, come on, there's nowhere to go. And he's like, but then like fucking. I think he puts a gun to his head, and he's like, I can't go back. I'm not going to go back. But he's still got like his hand on the throttle too, like. And I think Colton disputed that he did that after he was arrested. But the cops come, they shoot out the motor on the boat.
Smart.
And so then they get him, and he's marched through the town by the Bahamian police force, and
they marched him through the town.
And they put shoes on him right away because they almost felt like it was like, this will take away his magic.
Right. Yeah. It's like putting,
dude. Yeah, like
a
shackles.
muzzle on Loki or something.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, isn't that fucking incredible? You see like these like fucking like loose like the tongue's hanging out of his
He can't run away if we put shoes on him.
Yeah.
He can't walk on water that way.
Pump those up.
Yeah.
Tie him up. Double knot.
So yeah, all of those guys involved in that chase split the reward. And the security guard, like everybody that led to the capture.
That's good.
So they all got $672.
Yeah. All the cops also got a cut too. Yeah.
And he hides his face, which is a thing where you go like, we know you took a selfie, like.
Well, yeah,
it's on shirts.
Yeah.
But there's also a part of that where you go like,
I want that. You remember me that way.
Yeah. But
exactly,
is it also a thing where you're like, I want to do more crime. This might not be the end of my story.
Right.
But so yeah, he goes. He gets sentenced. He gets charged with crimes there, gets extradited, and what is that?
You want to take a little break?
Yeah, let's take a little break. We'll be back.
That's it.
And we're back. The radio is off.
Radio.
Where was I, fellas?
Well, you were talking about him
Getting captured.
Yeah, by the Bahamian authorities.
Yeah, he's no longer the Barefoot Bandit.
Yeah, he gets
Put shoes on the man.
gets extradited, and he had done over 100 burglaries. He had stolen 5 planes.
Wow.
Who knows how many vehicles? Who knows how many boats?
Who knows how many hearts?
And basically, it was thought he needed to pay victims restitution to the tune of $1.4 million. And he gets some financial help from his mom when he's first facing those Bahamian charges, and gets this lawyer, Jim Harry.
Jim Harry Davidson.
Jim BMW Scarlet Witch.
No, that's me reading my own writing, and it's not right at all.
Jim Impala.
I think it's John Henry something.
Thor.
John Henry Thor. This guy's just name is Batman?
I knew a girl whose middle name was Thor.
Huh.
He gets sentenced to, I think, that's pretty
Hammer?
cool.
Yeah, she was Nordic.
Was she?
She is Nordic.
Oh, okay, cool. That's cool. Yeah, no, I approve.
Yeah, she was cool. Thor.
His mom, when he got captured, said, they were like, what do you think? He rolls up to her mailbox, and she was like, I'm just going to say he's safe, I'm happy, and I love him, and I miss him.
That's nice.
I tried.
Lord knows! And he gets sentenced to 7 years, and like I said, $1.4 million in restitution. He sells this story to Fox for 7 figures. So most of that money is paid off.
Crime pays.
And his lawyer had him put out a statement saying none of this was fun.
Yeah, right. Because it's a bad look if you go to court and you sign a movie deal.
Part of the thing is, because it's obvious, a crime does pay. Duh.
Yeah.
And also, people empathize with you. And his lawyer, man, I cried when I heard this. But his lawyer then, once he got out, he had him working at the law firm.
Aww.
Doing clerk work.
Legwork.
Yeah.
He's a runner.
Yeah.
Go and get us some coffee, down with some crossbows.
Infrared goggles.
Yeah, some fucking some video cards.
Hey, so we got a client. We think he's cheating on his wife, and we just need you to break in there and steal his porn. Is that?
Yeah. I think he.
Keep it for yourself.
You burn this kid.
I think he.
So he sold it to Fox, and is it?
Who knows what they're doing with it or whatever, but
They probably sold
first
it
of all,
to Disney.
Yeah, it's tucked into the end of Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, they sold it to Disney. Disney turned it into a heartwarming story about a dog.
yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah. This is my dog, Bandit.
I don't have shoes either.
He flies a plane, Air Bud.
Yeah. He barfs all over the windshield.
This is Kevin speaking. Arf, arf. I think you're flying Air Bud.
We're going to take it up to an altitude of about But, yeah, he,
And that's in dog feet.
yeah. My owner once broke me out of jail. He was a good boy.
Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, you believe that? Guy breaking into jail to break a dog out? Never heard such a thing? Cocksucker! I don't know. It goes there sometimes. But yeah, the lawyer just had this thing where he's like, he's not a bad kid, man. He's like, Iron Wing is like, he's what he does is not who he is.
Right.
A lot of people met this guy and they're like, yeah, he's a good kid. Like the hitchhiker, people and
Sandwich
the
shop.
woman, the internet cafe, and the locals in Camino Island, they were kind of going like, yeah, man. I mean, what the fuck?
What'd you expect them to do?
Yeah, the poor kid, and they were like, and one guy just goes, I mean, he taught himself how to steal and got like really good at it.
Yeah. Most of us haven't learned shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, because like Iron Wing in juxtaposition, he'd be getting nabbed all the time. You know what I mean? Like this guy was on the run since he escaped juvie.
Yeah.
For over 2.5 years, and took it to like multiple states and evaded federal law enforcement. A child.
And did he go into Canada too? So
Canada, Bahamas, yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, on his Facebook, I think it says something like, it's like, it says something like, legal clerk, boyfriend, former international fugitive,
Dog dad.
yeah.
How old was he when he got caught?
Well, he was born 1991.
Oh my god.
he did more in 2.5 years than I've done my whole life.
I know, dude. And you wear shoes.
Yeah, and what am I wearing the shoes for?
Not inside though.
No, not inside.
No.
Well, that's why you never reach greatness.
Well, yeah. Well,
That's why,
You're limiting yourself, dude.
small price to pay.
yeah, let those feet out, man.
I wash my floors all the time. I can't steal planes. I gotta wash my
Too busy
floors.
cleaning your fucking
Yeah.
floor.
Let's see here. So 2010, you figure he's like 19?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't even drink a beer.
No.
Well, maybe in the Bahamas, huh?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Canada.
I think those hitchhikers,
Canada,
those
for sure.
dudes that picked him up as a hitchhiker, like that might have been the first time he ever got high. I don't know.
Oh, because the folk music?
Yeah. They're like, yeah, he just sat there and was zooted. You know what I mean?
We gave him some of the brown ass, and then he's like, I can fly planes.
Once he heard the hopeful nature of our music.
We thought it might change his ways, but he took our dog on our laptops. He taught the dog to sign into Hulu.
His parole officer had to turn down a thing where he started crowdfunding to get flight school training.
Oh God! Yeah, he didn't need it.
And they were like,
No, it was for him to train people at flight school.
yeah.
and so then like the parole officer was like, nah, man, that's still got to go to. I think by then he had $129,000 left over in restitution to victims. So they're like, any money raised needs to go to that first.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And supposedly in prison he was studying to be an aeronautical engineer.
Huh.
Cool. They probably have like a part of his parole is like you can't fly planes.
Yeah. The lawyer said something along the lines of like there could be some autism going on there. Like,
Yes. 100%. Dude, fucking drawing planes and shit.
Yeah, and being able to zero in on a subject and really master it.
Yes. Also, but let's also not discount the power of no distraction.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, the woods is a great place to read.
Yeah. If you've got a candle,
Or night vision.
yeah. Well, if you've got infrared, everything's
You can read the world.
Yeah.
So that's so stupid. You don't even need a candle. You have night vision.
Yeah, looking at the infrared, seeing some huge bear coming your way,
That's all.
hiding with your little can of mace.
Come on, you son of a bitch.
Get closer, you grizzly fuck.
He's covered in mud, reading How to Fly a Plane for Dummies on a Kindle.
Yeah, on a fucking iPad he stole from
It's
some.
glowing. Goddamn glow.
Too bright.
Reading by the glow of the predator's blood.
Yeah, it's crazy too that the dude, like, he can hack into everything. This is another thing that fascinates me about the thing is that, this is the era of like digital tracking of everything. Mm-hmm. And they still can't get him.
Yeah.
He's got stolen laptops, and you can't triangulate.
Right.
He's one of the most famous criminals of all time, and it happened in a time where we don't really have famous criminals anymore.
Right.
Because
they get you before you get...
Yes.
Yeah. Well, our famous criminals now are like Ponzi schemes.
Yeah, famous criminals are Bitcoin scammers.
Yeah.
And, kickboxers running human trafficking rings out of Belarus.
Yeah. Well, speaking of criminals, in December 2015, he began publishing a blog which has since been taken down. His stated intent was to break his long-standing silence and to voice his support for presidential candidate Donald Trump.
Son of a bitch.
Jesus Christ.
He's a criminal.
Yeah. He's also an illegal.
He's also a dumbass.
Yeah, dude.
He is.
And you know why he doesn't wear shoes? Probably can't tie him. His dad never taught him how to do the rabbit around the tree.
His mom had passed away in recent years, and he said he wanted to freeze her cryogenically and
have sex with her head.
No, try to see if they can like beat the cancer in the future, which is really fucking heartbreaking.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid, but it makes you forgive.
Read a book other than flying how to fly a fucking Cessna, dude. It ain't happening.
Yeah.
What, she tried.
She did not try. We also agreed on that.
What do you want? Why do you want to give her a chance to try?
Well, she's probably one of the few people he knows.
I mean, I think
it's a person he knew.
Well, it's the thing. It's like the dad goes, who you said was a jerk, and he would come back and and so the person you rely on is the mom, and then the mom also treats you terrible, and I think it's this really tortured relationship.
I want in the future. I want to cure the cancer, and then I want to kill her and eat her head.
Fly her to the moon.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the amount of serial killers that we'll have when we actually can do that? When we actually can free somebody to cure their disease later.
And then eat him?
Because how many of those like serial killers are like, oh yeah, I killed my mom and I wore her heels while I sodomized her skull.
Yeah.
I mean...
And then the thing is, you kill her and bring her back again.
Yeah.
And you just keep doing it over and over again.
Guess who, Mom?
Last thing she wakey.
Well, every time she comes out, she's missing like a limb.
Yeah.
And she gets it's got that multiplicity fucking problem where she gets dumber and dumber.
Yeah. She's like, what's his name from Game of Thrones? Every time I die, a bit of me fucking...
Yeah.
Fucking brother.
The Lord of Light.
Yeah.
God, that's why she's got that eye patch.
But
it's a losing hole.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
But anyway, so Colton Harris Moore is out there.
Mm-hmm.
He's out.
He's out.
He's out.
Is he working for the law firm?
I don't know what he's doing right this moment. I think he
knows what you're doing.
I think he keeps it pretty. Yeah, probably. He knows what porn I'm watching.
We all know what porn you're watching.
Yeah, God.
The good shit.
Yeah, we listen to this show.
Yeah. So I just this was a suggestion from friend Dara. Listens to the show.
Thank you, Dara.
Thank you.
Very good one.
Yeah, and he's he told me he loved Count Dante.
Yeah.
Episode.
Okay.
Yeah, man, it was a great suggestion. I had kind of forgotten about him. I did sort of follow the story when it was out.
I don't remember any of it.
That's so funny.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
What was this in the 2010s?
2010 was like the big year of it. Yeah. When it went because now it's national.
Yeah.
But for years in Camino, like they, when he was caught, like they had like billboards like being like, oh, we got him and stuff like that. And a lot of people were like online were like, let him out.
Yeah. Bernie Madoff is like, they'll never get me.
If only I learned how to fly. Yeah, I mean, there's so many amazing things about this story, but I mean, the incompetence of the police, the fact that they never shot him, and from everything we know about the police, we know why.
Yeah, like I think Phil Prince.
They didn't think.
I think Phil
Yeah,
Prince
he is white.
did less time for shooting that guy in the Haagen-Dazs store than this guy did for like stealing food and laptops.
Yeah.
Well, different time.
No, but it's a thing where what I'm saying is most of it is because of the bruised ego of law enforcement.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
yeah.
it's a thing where it's like nobody can think this is okay.
Yeah, we've just set an example.
Right. Well, plus the value of stealing 5 planes probably is more than everything else he stole. But I imagine.
Yeah, there's all sorts of like FAA. It becomes a federal thing. It becomes whatever.
And then going into going over the border.
Right. Yeah. Just tack it on.
Yeah.
But
multipliers. We call those point multipliers in Call of Duty.
During the the heyday of the hunt, law enforcement was telling the news like, we don't want him to be a folk hero. And it's like, of
course they would.
Well, now you made him a folk hero.
Yeah, by your incompetence.
You admitted that he's a folk hero by saying that.
You stopped that, catching him immediately.
Yeah.
Right.
Stop having so many folk musicians write songs about him.
Exactly.
That might do it.
Give him a car so he doesn't have to hitchhike.
Yeah. And like, I just love it. He did say when he was being sentenced to the judge, he's like, I'm very lucky to be alive. He's like,
you may have an acoustic guitar.
But like,
I wrote a song about it.
You ever land a plane where it's full of puke?
But it was getting to a point, like you're saying, like you did when you said, I don't know how the story ends, but it was getting to a point where it's like, it might, the mom's talking about giving him a bulletproof vest, and everybody's going, yeah, he's probably going to fucking die in a shootout. And, he had a couple of encounters where he had a gun.
Yeah.
And, luckily it just didn't go that way. I mean, because it would be an incredible shame.
Yeah, I'd like to know what he's doing now. Hopefully not, pushing papers.
No, maybe it's for the best. Settle down.
Put away your childish things.
Yeah, you have a kid.
Well, it's one of those things too. Like everything we said about Matthew Weigman applies here too.
Oh yeah, no, I thought about Weigman a lot.
You've got an incredible resource on
the security consultant to end security consultants is Colton Harris Moore.
I didn't realize it was that easy to steal a plane.
Man, do you ever see the new Top Gun movie? They fucking just waltz right into that Russian base and steal
the thing is that you wouldn't do it because it's like...
well, it's not that I wouldn't do it. The process for me to stealing a plane seemed much more complicated. I know these are...
Dude, they don't need keys. It's probably easier than stealing a car.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's what I realized. I always assumed there was like some sort of...
And things that they don't keep.
Key fob.
Yeah.
Things they don't think you can operate. Like, they're like, yeah
no one would do that.
I would leave the keys in it.
Well,
what are you going to do? Go fly out of here?
Right. Well, that's what they say. The best, theft deterrent for a car in LA is driving a stick.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Now put that on the plane. There's like 45 sticks.
Yeah. Plus you have to land it.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Man, I had something interesting to say, but I don't remember it.
Probably lies. They're probably
mostly lies. Yeah.
Lies.
About stealing planes?
Shit. I had it again, but I forgot.
Stealing stuff?
Yeah, it was about stealing. Oh, it was about like the FBI and the NSA. They have been for the past probably 30 years or so. They recruit hackers, so they recruit people who have done wire fraud and computer fraud and stuff like that to be in their employ.
Yeah.
As consultants, because they're called white hats, right?
Yeah.
White hat hackers. But like for the past 20 years, they've been having there's a shortage because none of them. They all smoke weed, or they all have smoked weed.
They can't
yeah, because they ask them like, "Have you smoked weed or done Molly in the past 5 years?"
Well, what does that have to do with anything?
Exactly, but that's what they ask them that, and they go, "Yeah,
oh yeah.
Of course I have. I'm alive."
Yeah, in the bathroom just earlier.
I did it. How do you think I fucking made it through this interview?
I'm on Molly right now.
Yeah.
This sounds like a great job.
I fucking love it. You're the lights. I
You're
love
so
these
nice.
lights.
You have
I
really
actually
pretty eyes.
smoked with your daughter earlier, sir.
Yeah, but that's you're not allowed to join the FBI.
You know she's trans.
Just thinking about it now after what I smoked her out with.
When she's on the Molly, she's in one.
There's a really good girl.
Now.
Fucking smoked her out with Trans OG, homie.
I smoke them out. It's so interesting. Like the wanting to have your cake and eat it too. That
In what way?
that the establishment has of like, okay, we want to employ these criminals,
Yeah.
or these people who have criminal skills, but we don't want to acknowledge that they may be doing criminal shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't listen, man. We want you to break into Iran's nuclear facilities on a fucking iPhone.
Yeah.
But we can't employ you if you smoke this plant.
Yeah. And then it's
So
funny.
what are you talking about?
Meanwhile, they're
Just
breaking.
skip over that question.
They're breaking. Yeah, it's like the laws they break.
They've got enriched uranium.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, it's funny because like the Justice Department or whatever is coming at it in this thing of like, oh, you got to send a message and no more folk heroes or like, and then Hollywood is like, gimme, baby,
Give us a folk hero.
We need one.
and like those stories are just so few and far between, and a lot of times they can be regional.
Well, I think most folk heroes are regional, but but the story then becomes national.
Well, that one just jumps because he's in the fucking sky,
right,
and he's a kid.
Well, no, but
And it's nearly a victimless crime. Like,
yeah.
It's
Yeah, I mean,
stealing food is not a crime. It's criminal that somebody has to do it.
Yes.
It's criminal that somebody has to steal food to survive.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's an indictment on the system, not on the person.
Stealing from vacation homes is an indictment on.
Yeah, you got a whole home you're not at.
Yeah.
You have so many laptops. Give me one.
Yeah.
And it's a thing where like,
You only have one lap.
there was, it was a thing where it was like, I feel like he was, trying to stay at like his friend's house in that way where he's like, I just want a peaceful place with supplies and like
And a good Wi-Fi
and
connection.
I'll wash your car.
Dude, I'll fill it up with 89. It's not 91.
Imagine these
but-
two guys going for joyrides, parking in the exact same spot in case the people come back that day
Yeah.
with a full tank of gas after doing God knows what.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're going like, I think that doctor in the white Benz is like doing robberies.
Yeah, I saw him with these weird goggles on. I don't know if it's like a stethoscope type of thing, but
Yeah, a friend outside just chiefing a whole pack of Marlboros.
I think my gynecologist has a smoking problem.
His hands are so clean.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was a thing where it was like, he didn't like destroy, like there wasn't vandalism
Yeah, there's no
everywhere.
destruction of property.
He would do, I mean, even drawing the feet, he was in chalk.
Yeah, dude.
But
It
he
was
did
in the
spray paint once.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
whatever. It's a doc.
Yeah, it's like he did Turo without you knowing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Put a couple miles on. Drive in reverse, roll the odometer backward. It's fine.
It's all good, man. Yeah, I don't know. I really just love the fucking story, and it does say so much about,
It's very Wild West.
and this idea that, particularly in the age of being that far post-war on terror, being that much like in the age of tracking everything digitally,
Yeah.
that he's doing stuff specifically digitally and still not getting caught. Like, I mean, if he orders the shit, you know where he's going to be. Your house.
Yeah.
To steal his shit.
Yeah.
That he bought with your credit card.
Right.
And like, they still didn't get him. Like,
There's so it's
it's fucking wild.
If it happened now, it would be harder.
Yeah.
Because like ring cams and your phone as GP like back in the 2010s.
I don't know, dude.
I mean,
They had cameras all over
but
this
like
place.
he was a low priority target up until he wasn't.
Yeah.
Of course. But like, listen, man, we couldn't find Bin Laden.
That's not in the continental United States, though.
No, but like he was the most wanted man on earth, and he was fucking hooked up to like he couldn't leave the cave because he was hooked up to the dialysis machine.
Yeah, we had to frighten an entire generation of Pakistanis away from vaccines.
That's
in order,
right.
In order to catch it.
Yeah,
we had to.
We had to roll back science a
just to
few
catch 'em.
years.
Yeah.
No, I think I only imagine like that police force on the island now probably has like a tank They're like,
they got a tank. They got a secondhand tank.
Yeah. If anybody's in the woods, we'll just burn the woods down.
Yeah, dude, we'll just Waco the fucking thing. But the wood's so damp. It's not Waco.
And the thing is like one of the cops on Camino Island, he's like, yeah, we like elementary school. We found all these drawers open, and we found him in the closet
eating crayons, sniffing glue.
And, yeah,
this is my favorite glue.
And so it was a guy that like had seen him grow up doing this stuff. And he was one of the ones being like, he was the one that said, once he escaped, I know where he's coming.
Right.
And he was the one that was like, yeah, we took his dog. And, but it's just like that guy is going to work every day and a child is making a fool out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it happens a lot.
And so he's like responding with that sort of shit.
Right.
Because it's going to house after house after house where other people are going, it's Colton, huh? Probably.
Oh, right. Yeah, he's still out there, isn't he?
Yeah, they're like, sometimes I see him walking with his dog. And
you guys don't see that?
Yeah. Huh. He goes to his mom's all the time for breakfast.
Oh, wait, his mom lives?
Like, but those guys are like, my shift ends.
Yeah.
I know.
And like, I don't get double overtime if I go past this time. Like, I can only max out my overtime within a certain amount of hours. So like, dude, as soon as that clock hits 4, like, I'm off the clock. And honestly, like, he might go steal my Amazon.
Yeah.
So I gotta get
home.
So he doesn't steal my night vision goggles that I ordered on his mom's credit card.
Well, this is the thing too, where it's like it's late stage capitalism in a way, where it's like. The places he's going and stealing from, these are vacation homes.
That's what he is.
They're like
they're not gonna miss it.
They're beautiful lake houses, and he's like, I'm on a fucking trailer park street where you shot just for showing up,
and that home is empty, bro.
And that home is like even
not even a dad there.
The neighbors on the get shot block are like, that kid ain't treated right at home.
Yeah.
Like they called like Child Protective Services on him a lot, and they were, I mean, they're hearing it. It's a little trailer. They're just going like. Oh my fucking God, you're talking to your son that way? Like, and to get CPS called on you on that block is like pretty fucking hard to do.
Yeah.
So like,
he's like, I've got a lot in common with that house over there in that my dad's not there.
Yeah.
We're not so different, you and I.
So yeah. And
my dad's not home.
So he's seeing these homes.
Insider dreams.
He's seeing these beautiful dream homes being built. Mm-hmm. And he's going like, look where the fuck I am. And he's like, well, there's a part of you that goes like, you're not even here half the time.
Yeah. Yeah, why do you need any of this stuff?
Yeah.
I'm down here.
You have so much, I have so little.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I love the story. I found it just so thrilling.
Yeah. I love a story of somebody who despite all of the cards stacked against them, they don't max out their evil.
Yeah,
this man, what did he really do?
Right. Yeah.
And it's like nobody said like he was ever mean or rude or like like he said thank you when he left, like stuff like that. Like it's just a thing where you're like, and his mother was real mean to him, real mean.
She tried.
She did not try.
That's not what the shirt said.
And that's also got to be kind of frustrating too, where you're watching your mom while you're a fugitive on TV and she's going like, oh, my boy, and you're like, yeah, but yeah, it kind of broke my heart when I saw that thing about him wanting to freeze his mom. I was like,
yeah, it's hard to break that bond, I suppose.
Yeah, you're still trying to fix it.
But I really think he wanted to freeze her so he could unfreeze and then fuck her head.
Yeah.
Become a serial killer.
There's only one way to find out.
In my head.
Fake mom freeze.
Yeah.
Or maybe,
puretaboo.com.
some kind of deep fake situation.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, if any of you have like a deep fake type of situation going on and you want to put the Barefoot Bandit there helping his mom get clothes out of the dryer.
Oh my God, that's so dumb.
Son, your shoes are stuck in the dryer.
Yeah, what are you doing? Your father's going to come home soon. Oh.
No, he's not, Mom. He's on coke.
The only one coming is me. I didn't hear you walk in because you weren't wearing shoes.
The lights are off. Can you still find me?
Jesus.
Oops, your stepsister walked in.
Oh, my God.
Let me show her how to do.
Oh, I got someone left a penis over here.
Left
What?
penis?
It's dark.
Oh, yeah.
Like she's blind.
Yeah.
Oh, someone left. That's so stupid. Honestly, it's dumber than.
But like,
I can only wait for it to be
another, I mean, honestly notable thing to me throughout the whole thing. I know, the woods are big, et cetera, et cetera.
The woods are big.
The woods are big.
Yeah, you said it.
Especially in the Pacific Northwest. I mean, they're
It's the biggest
It's
woods.
majestic.
It was an island, though.
But 6'5"? Like, you take notice of anybody that tall. You know what I mean?
Maybe he bent his
But
knees
the
a lot.
woods are so big.
Yeah.
Like the difference between 6'1" and 6'5" is a pine needle. Like,
Yeah.
dude, it doesn't matter. Bear, like,
I'm just saying, anybody seen in an area that is 6'5".
dude, I don't think they're seeing him. I think once you get like 4 trees deep into the woods,
Nobody's talking about the woods. I'm talking about like when he's in residential neighborhoods.
Maybe it's
stuff.
maybe the average height of the town is like 6'2".
They grow big out there, man.
that's
Yeah,
true.
they're all redwood people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our people grow like.
No.
Well, yeah.
Well, they're iron wings, and you know.
I'm Harley Davidson Iron Wing.
And this is my friend Marlboro Man of War.
My friend in the sidecar is the Marlboro Man.
Harley Davidson, the Marlboro Man. Remember that movie?
I do. What the
Stupid.
fuck was that?
Terrible.
Mickey Rourke and God knows who else.
My buddy had that poster on his wall
Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man.
and the poster I gave you.
Iron Eagle.
Oh, Captain America.
Hell yeah,
Oh,
dude.
very nice.
Captain America who gets car sick.
1990 Captain America?
Captain America who gets car sick.
Have you rewatched it? I haven't rewatched
I
it.
have not rewatched it since the first time I saw it. Thank
Yeah.
God.
I remember as a kid being like,
This
this
is
is egregious.
Might be worth a watch.
It might
Yeah.
be. It might be.
Put it on.
yeah.
Probably get it cheap, $3.99.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
Amazon?
They better pay me to watch it.
Well, it's
Egregious Philbin. That's your name now, John.
That's good. I like
You're
that.
Egregious Philbin.
Egregious Philbin. That's nice. I like that.
it could be a no holds bar situation.
I'm egregious Philbin.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
I can't believe it. Well, fellas, let's wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed the tale.
Certainly
I loved it. It
Jeff.
was a nice tall tail.
Certainly did. Jeff. Very good. Very good.
It was a tall tale.
Mm-hmm.
I love guys getting away with shit.
I love when guys get away with stuff.
And I love
Which history is so we don't get a lot of that.
No,
guys
not
never get
enough.
away with stuff.
No.
and the self-teaching aspect is really a thing where you're like, yeah, you gotta respect it.
He read the instructions, man.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
That's half the battle.
All right, let's try to do a quick Patreon after this, folks. Patreon, extra $5 a month. Thank you to Dara for suggesting the Barefoot Bandit.
Thank you, Dara.
And
Your money is going to a good cause.
Shujo.
A studio with a bar
And booze in it.
and booze in it.
Oh, thank God. That's working.
Mirrored ceilings,
What? No, it's
Disco
terrible
ball.
for sound.
lava
Yeah.
lights,
Yeah.
spinning bed.
Shag carpet.
Radio on in the background.
Yeah, shag carpet, radio in the background, Sibian on.
Yeah,
Sibian
Sibian
just
on.
on.
Yeah.
You're gonna hear the buzz of the Sibian,
Yeah.
and you have to guess who's on it during the recording every episode.
Sorry, the Sibian's always on standby.
Oh.
Check us out on Patreon, extra episode per week, folks. I'm going to say goodnight. I love you. My name is John Fahey.
I am egregious Philbin.
Matt Purcell.
Good night, everybody. We love you.
Starburns Audio.